there's a good chance you'll see this videos on the toilet. A recent study recorded that 90% of people bring their phones into the bathroom. Compare that to the statistic that only 70% of Americans admit to having a one-night stand. And, apparently, more people follow through with their New Year's resolutions than poop without a phone in their hands. Dr. James Roberts, a professor at Baylor University who has written extensively about phone addiction and its impact, said that our devices have certainly changed how we spend our time in the bathroom. When we take our phones away, we get stressed, and anxious, and irritable. We get FOMO. Nowadays, people have trouble being alone with their thoughts, because they usually don't have to. But when we use phones in the bathroom, we're putting our health and our brains at risk in multiple ways. And we literally need to figure this shit out before we lose our minds. Threat number 1, germs, germs, germs. There's no avoiding that phones attract germs. You can easily find hundreds of bacteria on phones, as well as fungi and yeast, said microbiologist and author Jason Tetreault. Most are harmless, but many are potential pathogens that can make you sick. And if you really want to find some bad ones, head to the head. Many bathroom surfaces, such as urinals, toilet seats, handles, sinks, and faucets, are covered in germs, and the risk of even more contamination of our phones becomes greater. Your phone is like a doorknob, not because it opens up a whole new world of exciting possibilities, but in that it's covered with disgusting pathogens. Luckily for humans, we don't usually take doorknobs out, put them on top of bars and restaurant tables, and let people borrow them to call their grandmas. But our phones are essentially fused to our hands. And these germs aren't fooling around. According to Tetreault, fecal pathogens can include things like E. coli, urinary tract infections, the strain of bacteria that causes staph infections, and Acinetobacter, an opportunistic pathogen that takes whatever opening it can get to ruin you, usually in the form of a contagious respiratory infection. Even if you're extra careful, and make it a point to put your phone away before you reach for the toilet paper, and not touch your device again till you thoroughly scrub your hands, mistakes happen. Germs are literally everywhere in the bathroom. You can be as careful as you want to be, but there's no telling what other people have done, or more importantly, not done, to infect every surface. So until they invent a self-sanitizing phone case, assume that your post-bathroom screen is full of germs just waiting to make the leap to your swiping finger. Threat number 2, hemorrhoids and other toilet-related ailments. For many, the toilet is a retreat, a time of quiet sanctuary from your job, roommates, or children. Throughout modern history, many have opted to prolong and luxuriate in this solitude with a little reading material, be it a magazine, newspaper, or book. But even infinite just has a finite amount of text. A phone brings you that and every magazine, book, and social media outlet to skim, time-suck games, and video rabbit holes to go down, all in one easy-to-conceal, pocket-sized container. By removing the prohibitive social stigma of being seen entering a workplace bathroom with a paper tucked under your arm, there are more incentives than ever to dangerously extend your toilet visit and tempt rectal fate. When you stay on the toilet for upwards of 20, 30, 40 minutes, you're putting unnecessary pressure on the rectum, which can cause hemorrhoids, and definitely make any pre-existing hemorrhoids way worse, said Dr. Partha Nandi, the creator and host of the Emmy Award-winning, gastrocentric show, Ask Dr. Nandi. By prolonging this pressure on the rectum, you can exacerbate gastrointestinal issues, and a problem that is moderate, like G.